This evening, man wanted in connection with the murder of Omega Ault caught in Corriverton. Teen busted with narcotics amid a police operation in Region 3. According to the Minister of Health, your flu symptoms could be caused by something other than influenza. In the region, Argentina struggles to save economy as inflation bites. And internationally, U.S. Supreme Court verdicts. Washington, D.C. braced for more protests. Greetings and welcome to another edition of Channel 2 Headline News Updates. I am Baby Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. Kanu launched an operation in East Ruimveldt, Georgetown and captured 2 suspects who were caught with guns, drugs and ammo. Dale Jarvis explains.
In their continued effort to rid the streets of guns and drugs, officers of the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit conducted an operation at Guinea Plain, East Ruimveldt, Georgetown, which led to the discovery of narcotics and several types of ammunition on Thursday, June 2nd. Julian Aaron, 48, Denise Aaron, 46, were arrested and escorted to the Kanu headquarters with a quantity of suspected narcotics and a total of 130 ammunition found at the location. The narcotics tested positive for cannabis, with a weight of 1.26 kg, investigations are ongoing. Also on Thursday, Kanu officers intercepted a motor car with the sole occupant on the Mahika Public Road. A subsequent search of the vehicle revealed a parcel containing suspected cannabis in the trunk. The man, 47-year-old Raymond Tinnis, along with the suspected narcotics, was escorted to the Kanu headquarters. The suspected narcotics tested positive for cannabis with a total weight of over 9 kg. With a street value of approximately Guyana $3 million. Investigations are ongoing. Reporting for Headline News Update, Dale Jarvis.
Thanks, Dale. Almost a week after a wanted bulletin was issued for his arrest for an alleged murder committed on his wife, 40-year-old Clarence Farley was arrested at a hotel at number 78 Village, Corriverton, Berbice on Thursday, June 2nd. The decomposed body of Farley's wife, 41-year-old high school teacher Omega Ault, was discovered in their Crane, West Coast, Demerara home on May 27th. An autopsy conducted on the body revealed that she died of multiple trauma to the head and brain hemorrhage. It is suspected that the teacher may have died between May 14th and 27th. Family members of the woman became concerned after they could not make contact with her for some time. The brother of the woman visited her home on Friday and made the gruesome discovery. Ault was discovered lying face down in her home. Efforts by the police to contact her husband were futile. On Monday, Farley's car was found at a lumber yard at Corriverton on the east bank of Demerara. Yesterday, police ranks, acting on information received, went to the hotel and arrested the man. He was escorted to the Springlands police station and placed in custody. During a police operation to curb narcotics trafficking in Region 3, a West Bank of Demerara adolescent was busted with narcotics. Dale Jarvis has more details.
Police ranks in Regional Division No. 3 conducted an intelligence-led operation and arrested a teen for possession of narcotics at Baggersville Junction, West Bank, Demerara on Thursday, June 2nd. A search carried out of the 17-year-old male wash bay operator unearthed a transparent plastic bag containing several leaves, seeds and stems suspected to be cannabis in the pocket of his pants. He was told of the offense committed, cautioned and arrested. He was escorted along with the cannabis to Farfit Police Station. The suspected cannabis found was weighed in his presence and amounted to 57 grams. The teen is in custody pending charges. The ranks also searched Versland Backlands, West Bank, Demerara and found a quantity of narcotics. Reports said that a search of the area unearthed a black bulky plastic bag abandoned in a clump of bushes. Inside the bag was several leaves, seeds and stems suspected to be cannabis. The suspected cannabis was later weighed and amounted to 155 grams. Investigations are ongoing. Reporting for Headline News Update, Dale Jarvis.
Thanks, Dale. Stick around after the break. According to the Minister of Health, your flu symptoms could be caused by something other than the influenza virus. And students at a Georgetown private school demonstrate their inventiveness on anything but a bad day and career day. But before that, here's the bridge retraction schedule, which is sponsored by Antique and Modern Concrete Molding Establishment.
In a world filled with copycats and ever-changing trends, make your property stand out with unique concrete moldings. Different, exquisite designs carefully handcrafted to suit your style, with various customizable and antique and modern designs made at our factory. Antique and Modern Molding Establishment. We make your property outstanding. We make and install all moldings anywhere in Guyana.
The best quality, affordable prices, on-the-spot quotes, and no hidden fees.
Call us or WhatsApp us at 684-5050 or email us at modernestab@gmail.com. Antique and Modern Molding Establishment, made to stand out.
At John Lewis Styles, we carry only first quality, men's and women's clothing, footwear, and accessories. As authorized dealers, our items come directly from the manufacturing brands and are available in all sizes and colors. What we sell was never on display in another store. It's time you know the truth about what you buy. Come visit us on Waterloo Street. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
They say that when it hits you, it hits you. A feeling so strong that it's impossible not to give in to. A juicy piece of KFC. To feel elevated by the aroma. And to free fall into its exciting flavor. Some call it love, attraction, desire. We call it KFC. Ignite your senses with KFC.
Sooner or later you will have another power failure. Are you prepared for the next blackout? Some essential equipment such as security cameras, lights, internet, gate motors, and water pumps may stop working. How can you prevent the next blackout? InverterTech has an affordable solution for you. A strong UPS system which uses the latest inverter and solar battery technology to prevent blackout. We smartly calculate your average power demand so you don't spend more than you need to. Call 223-2233 for more information.
Welcome back. As long COVID continues to be a cause for concern, top experts from the Mount Sinai Hospital in New York are in Guyana to provide training to 400 local physicians to help them better detect and treat patients with long COVID. According to reports, about 10 to 20% of people infected with COVID-19 have symptoms that last for months after they first become ill. This prolonged symptoms is referred to as long COVID syndrome. While many Guyanese have recovered from severe respiratory ailments, some are still suffering from symptoms. Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony, during his COVID-19 update on Wednesday, said the main reason for the training is to educate physicians to recognize these symptoms and be able to appropriately treat these patients. Additionally, the health minister said the training would allow physicians to be able to provide better treatment options. The first training session began on Thursday, June 2nd. Discussions include post-acute COVID-19 syndrome and unexpected outcomes of COVID-19 pandemic. Symptoms of long COVID can range from mild to severe. They include fatigue, shortness of breath, loss of smell and taste, headaches, depression, anxiety, and memory loss. Since the pandemic began in Guyana, the ministry has established a multidisciplinary team at the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation where persons experiencing long COVID symptoms could be tested and treated. Additionally, the Minister of Health is advising persons who are experiencing upper respiratory tract symptoms like sore throat and runny nose to get tested for COVID-19, as the new subvariant could be disguising as the common flu. The subvariant BA2 of the Omicron variant is likely responsible for the recent increase in COVID-19 cases locally, with the country recently recording 854 cases, with 135 in the past 24 hours. Students at a private school in Georgetown dressed as teachers, nurses, and doctors for Career Day to embody their future goals. Esther Soberes was present and made this report.
Anything but a bag day has become a widespread practice in schools in Guyana, with pupils carrying their school supplies in various amusing household items. Today's newscast featured a private school, Hidden Treasures Academy, that decided to combine their career day with something other than a backpack day.
We are nurses from our school.
Learning through play was definitely the case at this learning institution today, as pupils from various levels showcased their creativity by designing backpacks made out of household materials such as cardboard, plastic, and recycled stuff. The students were also decked out in their chosen preferred career outfit for the day. They were dressed as doctors, nurses, and teachers, among other professions. Headline News spoke to the teacher of Hidden Treasures Academy about the career day activity.
We have Miss Ashley Duke as a nurse. You're going to stand for. Tell Miss what you represent. Go ahead. We have our teacher, Miss Ali. We have our nurse, Miss Parsaram. Our little judge here, Mr. White. Then we have our teacher, Miss Suku.
Career Day gives students an up-close look at different career paths and connects their learning to the real world. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Don't go away after the break. U.S. Supreme Court verdicts, Washington, D.C. braced for more protests, and Zimbabwe's inflation rate hits triple digits.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Ruimveldt or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Mourant, Corriverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Sooner or later you will have another power failure. Are you prepared for the next blackout? Some essential equipment such as security cameras, lights, internet, gate motors, and water pumps may stop working. How can you prevent the next blackout? InverterTech has an affordable solution for you. A strong UPS system which uses the latest inverter and solar battery technology to prevent blackout. We smartly calculate your average power demand so you don't spend more than you need to. Call 223-2233 for more information.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brickdam and White Castle Fish Shop. Be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at news in the region and around the world. In Argentina, prices are rising about 6% a month, forcing people to try to find extra income to make ends meet. Al Jazeera's Teresa Bow reports.
Blanca Lopez comes to this fair 3 times a week to sell some of her clothes to get cash. She lost her job during the pandemic and comes here with her disabled daughter because it is the only chance she has to make a living.
I was working cleaning houses, and during the pandemic I lost my job. My daughter is receiving some government assistance, and with that and the old clothes I sell, we try to survive.
People in Argentina are struggling with one of the highest inflation rates in the world, about 6% a month. Many who come here lost their jobs in the past years. People come here to sell some food and clothes, among other things, but also to participate in a lottery where they come and they put some food in this bag that you can see here, some pasta, lentils, and then they write their names in this little bag. The name that comes out is the winner, and that person takes all this food back home. But food is not the only thing that's being raffled. Oscar Loyarte sells tickets for a few cents each. The money he collects is also offered as a lottery prize. He says increasing numbers of people are coming here to try to win extra money.
People are coming here because of the economic situation. People tell us they cannot find a job and this is what they have. We are adding extra days so they can come sell something. This is the only way they have to get by on a day-to-day basis.
The biggest prize is around $3. The second is $2 and the third just $1. It's a lottery for the poor, who now account for more than 40% of Argentina's population. Rocío Lizárraga was happy with the money she won, even though it will only last for a day.
Everyone is struggling. My husband has a job. My mom cleans houses and they give their old clothes and I bring those clothes here. I have a 4-year-old daughter, so I cannot work because I can't afford daycare.
Argentina's government spends millions on projects to assist the poor. But people like Eduardo Donza say it's not enough.
With an inflation rate of around 5 or 6%, most of the cash transfers made by the state lose value. Argentina has a strong state presence. Around 30% of the population already receives assistance aside from the pensions.
Argentina is trying to jumpstart the economy and generate quality jobs. But it has not been easy. Fairs like this one have become a crucial lifeline for many in times of economic distress. Teresa Bo, Al Jazeera, Buenos Aires.
Internationally, the U.S. Supreme Court will issue a series of verdicts in the next month on continuous and challenging cases. The most closely watched will be a decision on a woman's right to abortion, Al Jazeera's Alan Fisher reports.
What do we want? Abortion rights! When do we want them? Now!
It sparked protests across the country. An unprecedented leak of a draft opinion showing 5 of the 9 justices on the US Supreme Court would overturn Roe versus Wade, a controversial landmark 1973 decision which guaranteed the constitutional right to an abortion.
The leak itself is a little shocking just in terms of how the Supreme Court operates. It's really only happened a tiny handful of times in history. The substance of the leak is, of course, in some sense, even more shocking because it shows that the court intends to overturn about 50 years of precedent on abortion in the United States.
Former President Donald Trump put 3 of the justices on the court. All 3 are conservatives. All 3 implied during their confirmation hearings that Roe versus Wade was settled law.
It is a precedent of the United States Supreme Court.
And one of the important things to keep in mind about Roe v. Wade is that it has been reaffirmed many times over the past 45 years.
I have an agenda to stick to the rule of law and decide cases as they come.
The idea the court would scrap the protection has left some who voted to confirm the justices struggling for answers.
I will just tell you that it rocks my confidence in the court right now.
3 in 5 Americans support abortion rights. A new poll suggests even the idea of scrapping those protections has hit the court's once high approval rating.
The court has in the past ruled in an unpopular way when they banned prayer in schools, for example, or where they extended the right to an attorney for criminal defendants. So it's not that the court has never been willing to go against public opinion, but in this case, they're taking an issue that seemed sort of settled for the last 50 years.
Some justices have expressed a concern at the damage a leak can do, and an investigation is underway. But what may do more damage is an unpopular decision. And while there are some who will welcome the direction the court seems to be moving in, its image could take a beating in the court of US public opinion. Alan Fisher, Al Jazeera, at the Supreme Court in Washington.
And finally, Inflation in Zimbabwe has climbed above 100% for the first time since last June. It now stands at 131.7%. The levels of hyperinflation are hurting the local manufacturing industry, and there are concerns that it could lead to job losses. Al Jazeera's Ruimveldt reports.
Running a business in Zimbabwe is tough. The constant uncertainty over the volatile Zimbabwean dollar doesn't help. To make matters worse, banks were recently ordered to stop lending with immediate effect. The central bank's temporary freeze on loans aimed to contain inflation and stabilize the economy. Entrepreneurs such as Wanda Manyozo panicked. His business supplies mining parts.
If I can get an order from the mine, it will be too big for me to handle myself. So I go to the bank and get what you call soft loan. I do the service, I do the job, I repay back my loan so that I will keep my business going. But when we heard the news, to us it was a big disaster because we can't do without the banks.
A few days later, the decision to stop lending was reversed and things went back to normal. But some economists say the damage was already done and dealt another blow to Zimbabwe's image internationally.
You expect more of this towards as they run up to the elections. So anyone who is thinking of Zimbabwe to lend money, we have to think twice. So we will remain excluded in the global financial system as a country until after the elections of 2023 in July.
Zimbabweans struggling to cope with hyperinflation are used to sudden announcements from the central bank. They know whenever there's a change in economic policy or banking rules, they can expect more hard times. Many people here don't have faith in the Zimbabwean dollar because of its rapid devaluation. They prefer American dollars, either to hold on to a security or spend on business transactions. But inflation keeps rising, and that's led to a big increase in prices of basic goods. To help consumers cope with the high cost of living, the government is allowing people to import goods such as cooking oil and sugar tax-free. But that's expected to affect the local manufacturing industry and lead to more job losses. The COVID-19 pandemic and the war in Ukraine is hurting economies worldwide. But maybe in Zimbabwe's case, policy inconsistencies could also be to blame. Harumatasa, Al Jazeera, Harare.
And that is it for today's regional and international news. Here now is your 3-day weather forecast. And that is all for this edition of Channel 2 Headline News Update. Tune in on Monday at 7 p.m. for another episode. Be sure to subscribe, like, and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.